Hello and welcome. My name is Zach Garhart. I am the Executive Director of the Yellowstone County Museum. I am joined by our Curator of Collections, Christian Coppage, and our Museum Educator, Lauren Mullen, here today. We'd like to talk a little bit about what we've been doing, what's going on, from new exhibits to our emerging educational program, update on our national accreditation, and construction. Today's program is brought to you by Billings Cultural Partners. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. Christian, what are your new exhibits this year?
Well, thank you for asking. So we have two new exhibits this year. I'll start with our kind of flagship one for the 2025 year. It's called Shields and Chevrons, a warrior history of Southeast Montana. What this exhibit does, it recounts about 3,000 years of history and traditions of Plains Indian people in Southeast Montana, with a focus on the Northern Cheyenne and Crow. So it starts with some of the earliest evidence of warfare in the region, including cave paintings, projectile points, and other archaeological evidence, as well as oral histories, to kind of provide a view of what early combat was like in the Northern Plains. It also kind of recounts the introduction of the horse and gun and how that changed the shape of warfare, and kind of the codification of a counting of coup and war deeds as opposed to strictly wanton destruction. So kind of more of like a sportsmanship angle for combat as opposed to maybe Euro-American models. And then there also includes two vignettes, one on Thomas D. Saunders, who was a Northern Cheyenne man and a veteran of the First World War, and Joe Medicine Crow, who's kind of famous in our neck of the woods, but a veteran of the Second World War and by many accounts the last Plains Indian war chief. And then the exhibit kind of culminates in kind of this unique kind of shared experience between Thomas Saunders, Chief Plentycoo, and their experiences at the dedication ceremony for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It's kind of a unique and sometimes unknown history that I was really happy to kind of spotlight and draw attention to. The other exhibition is we decided to install a kind of a visible firearms vault in the museum. By my estimates, we have one of the largest viewable collections of firearms in all of eastern Montana. And this new exhibit has about 40 plus firearms in it, and all manners of different firearms makers, from Remington to Sharps, Spencer, Stevens, and all sorts of curios, like these little small, like they're about the size of my hand. They're called a Derringer Liege, which are kind of fun and unique, especially with our collection. So that's really it on the exhibit front.
Well, yeah, and last time I counted, I think we were about 150 firearms on display.
They're roughly that, yeah.
Yeah, the firearms folks love it, and always looking for loans too to redo firearm cases. And
Oh yeah. We're always happy to accept loans. There's lots of amazing private collections out there that would be right at home at the museum.
yeah, some really great new exhibits there.
Mm-hmm,
Huh?
for sure.
And then we also had one installed by Yellowstone River Parks Association intern Rosalind Visser too. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a unique partnership between the Yellowstone River Parks Association and the museum. And then Rosalind is a student at Rocky Mountain College, so it's always fun to kind of get students into the museum and let them kind of develop some of their skills on that front too. But the exhibit itself kind of covers the history of both homesteading and the Dover family. So John Henry Dover was one of the prominent settlers in the region. Actually came here in 1881, just a year before Billings was fully established. So lots of long and interesting history there.
Yeah, Rosalind did a great job on that display, and the family was very helpful in the research and donating collections for the display. Some really pristine items, the apple press, the baby carriage, really great things to see there.
Yeah, lots of great things. And we had an open house probably about 2 weeks ago now. And it's always fun to see the families come in and kind of explore their own history and get to see kind of a high quality production in that front too.
Yeah, and another thing too, like to mention about your displays, it's done in partnerships with our different organizations too.
Right. Yeah. Just for example, Shields and Chevrons was funded by the Billings Rotary Club. And we actually had input from Little Bighorn College and the Chief Plenty-Coup Honor Guard and various other stakeholders and other groups too. So it's been really good.
Yeah, and each year you try to do 1 or 2 new displays too, right, in the winter?
Roughly, yeah. This year we got 2. There might be time for another one later this fall. But yeah, I've been averaging 1 or 2 a year.
So even if you have been in before, it doesn't mean you've seen everything, because there's always something different each year.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like if you haven't been in for a couple of years, it might look like a completely new place.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Well, that's great. And Lauren, you are our new hire, our museum educator.
Yes, I'm so excited to be able to join this team. And I'm really excited to see what we're going to be able to do on the education front to bring something to the Billings youth community and adult community to just learn more about history and culture.
Yeah, I think before we hired you on, we hadn't had an educator for near 20 years.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, right. It's been a hot minute, and you've already done several different programs or activities. So you can come in the museum any day. And what are some of those activities you've already built for us?
So what we've created is we have a little education corner, I would say, near the front, and I've just created a few coloring pages, some worksheets, some mazes, and my favorite is our seasonal scavenger hunt, where each season we're going to have a new character who needs just a little bit of help finding things within our collection. Maybe they got lost, maybe they're looking for someone, maybe they're picking flowers. And so it's really exciting to see kids come in and they go, "Hey, what are the birds about?" And I go, "Oh, have you found any of them? I lost them." And then they have to go and find my birds.
Yeah, so you've added a lot of fun, education, but also whimsical at the same time. So a lot going on there.
Yes, I think the most important thing is to get kids to come in just once and to really have a good time. And when they get home, they tell their parents want to come with them. They want to share something that maybe they learned at the museum. And it's just so wonderful to see kids excited about learning in the best way they know how, which is to have fun.
Absolutely. And then you also have plans, we're trying to build you an education room.
Yes.
And what we can do with that.
Yes, I am so excited for us to have a place where we can actually have groups shut the doors. We can have programs for different ages. And hopefully by next summer, we can be rolling out those summer camps and day camps and just get some more community involvement up there.
Yeah, getting local history to our youth so they pass it on and the cycle repeats, huh?
Exactly.
And two, so on the youth education room, we are currently undergoing a facilities upgrade. And part of that is we'll have a new entrance, new bathrooms, new gift shop, and we'll have stairs and a chairlift to the lower level. Right now, there's really minimal accessibility down there. And one big thing that'll change is the orientation. So we'll be able to take one room we currently have and turn that into a closed-off youth education room, which will be a really big deal. And the current cabin that serves as our entrance will be able to be a display room. So that'll be $1 million display. You really can't beat a log homesteader cabin
No.
from 1883. That's something you wouldn't build naturally. And part of that, our construction began in April 2025, and we're hoping we are done by September 2025, have a grand opening to show off what we've done.
It's really an exciting time.
Yeah, it really is a great time to be at the museum. And another thing we had going on was we are applying for national accreditation with the American Alliance of Museums. That's supposed to be a 5-year process, and we are in the last 6 months of that. And I think some highlights from that were really the key aspect to me is that we, the Yellowstone County Museum, us three, we follow the same procedures and practices as the Smithsonian. You know, so we're on par. We're treating our local collections with the same value that our nation's biggest treasures are. And that's something accreditation, it proves that we are doing that. And it was a fun process. We just had our reviewers up.
It was rather fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to talk with other people from other museums, just to have them tell us that we're doing a good job.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of talk to and commiserate with these other museum professionals and get their insights and also get the thumbs up that we're doing doing work that we're proud of.
Yeah, so I think the Yellowstone County Museum is just, it's looking fantastic from every angle. Our collections are secured. We have great exhibits that are rotating, well-researched, community outreach. We have education programs going on now, so you can walk in the door, your kids can learn something, and before long you'll be able to sign up for different summer programs like you had mentioned, maybe different activities, speakers. So lots going on to look forward to at the museum. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Yeah, well, I think it's good to know we are open Tuesday to Saturday, 10:30 to 5:30. We're going to try to stay open during construction as much as we can, but there will be times we have to close for public safety. But yeah, look forward to your next visit, and thank you.